Hello once again, Bard Haters. Welcome to another fine We Hate Bards Let's Play. I'm Ben.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Rome Total War.
No, this is Ben redeeming himself for burning down villages and losing to invaders.
You know, every people has caused one or two fires in their times, okay? Even Abraham Lincoln. So let's not be too quick to judge.
For the record, we did actually make a full video where I kind of showed Ben some of the ropes and how I build my cities and things like that.
And it didn't get recorded.
And it didn't get recorded, and then we figured out that the reason was because our hotkeys are actually the zoom in and zoom out, which, when you're zoomed out, it makes the game a lot more playable. So, we apologize for that. Let's play Rome Total War now.
Yeah. Apparently Matt has said you have never played this game?
Nope.
Okay.
All my friends did in high school, but never got around.
Right. I really like this game. This is one of the games I play a lot when I need something to pass the time, because it's so fun. It's got a little bit of the the RTS combat. It's got city management. It's got a few other things. So yeah, we'll just start on medium difficulty. That works for now. Advice level, I usually keep it. Actually, no, I'm gonna turn off advice. I don't really need it. I know what I'm doing. Click this option to allow manual construction. Yes, that's what I need. I need to be able to manage all settlements. I turn off the battle time limit just because it's a bit easier for me. And we're not going to beat the campaign anyway, so. Anyway, you start out with 3 different houses. You start out with the House of Julii, House of Bruttii, and House of Scipii. You can unlock more factions later on. Greek, Greece, Macedon, Carthage, Egypt, Spain, Portugal, the Britons, the Gauls. All those, you unlock them as you defeat them. But for right now, we only start with 3 main houses, and I almost always go with Julii. Occasionally, I go with Scipii. Bruttii, I don't like them. They start out in a very, very bad position, and they don't get a lot of good early units. So I generally tend not to. Well, I'll kind of explain my reasoning as we sort of go in. But Julii,
I kind of want to make you play it. That's okay. So, are there any newer versions of this game out, or is this is the newest of the Total War series?
No, there are. The Rome Total War was the first of them. Then you have Medieval Total War, which is the second one. They recently came out with a game called Empire Total War, which I've never played. I've heard it's not as good because they changed way too much. They changed the way battles work. They changed how you manage cities. And apparently the city manager just goes pretty much automatic now, which is not necessarily. It's kind of missing the point of the game.
I've officially decided, just looking at this map, that the next one we're going to play is Civilization 5. And that one we actually can both play because it's turn-based and extremely boring and takes forever, but can be very fun.
I see.
And the cool thing about that is we could actually play multiplayer games are really fun because you can one of those things where you can walk away.
Right, there we go.
And, for 20 minutes and do other things. So a lot of times when we've played Civilization in the past, usually what ends up happening is you have a laptop or something set up with that game, and then everyone else is playing 3 other games at the same time, constantly swapping turns.
Basically, that sounds about right. So, let me kind of give you a brief introduction to how this game works. You pick one of the 3 factions. Julii starts up here, Bruttii over here, Scipii down here. Now, admittedly, it may seem like the Bruttii start out having it a little bit easy, because every single faction of the game starts out being given a early mission. So, like ours, we look at, I think it's, we have to go to Senate missions. We have to take Segesta, which Segesta is right there. It's a tiny settlement. Hold on, if we double-click it. It's a tiny settlement with only 2 things garrisoned, and it's also rebel-aligned, which rebels are just always the main bad guys. They're barbarians. You can kill as many as you want, and no one will get mad at you. Bruttii are kind of the same thing. Theirs is a little bit bigger, but it is also rebel-aligned, no big deal. Scipii, and this is why a lot of people don't tend to play Scipii, even though I do occasionally because I enjoy them, they have to take Syracuse, which is not only a massive city with thick walls, it's also faction-aligned to the Greeks. So it involves pissing off the Greeks really, really early on, which is not great. Now, the advantage I do like to Scipii is once you've taken Syracuse and the rest of this island, you can go down here, there's a bunch of rebel cities over here, get a decent foothold, and you have all of Africa then to work with.
Gotcha.
Julii, the advantage, outside of the really easy one, is they then have most of Europe. Bruttii are supposed to be the more aquatic seafaring people and supposed to go through here. That's a lot easier said than done. I've never been able to do that very effectively. And even going up into here, eventually the Julii start pushing out in here as well. And so you can either attack within your own, alliance faction. You can attack Rome itself, basically, or just continue to be boxed in. So not great options for the Bruttii. But the Julii have plenty of room to expand. They have plenty of different areas they can kind of go into. So it usually works pretty well. So the first thing we obviously have to do is we have to go take this new settlement over here. Before I do that, I'm going to, because the other thing you do is you manage cities. You have to build things, you can recruit troops, and depending on what you build and recruit, will determine like how well you get. Trader is usually a good thing to build early on, just to get money going. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to, because he will probably need to go at some point and take things. I'll build another unit of Astadi. Actually, I'll build 2. Which Astadi are kind of the basic infantry unit in this game. They're better equipped than Town Militia. Because Town Militia are basically just police officers. But they're actually the decent built soldiers. So here I'll build 1 extra town watches for now, and we're also going to build a port because ports are actually as important, if not more so, than traders. So yep, that'll be what we start out with. Now I'm going to send. This is my faction leader, I believe, Flavius. Yeah, we're going to need him for other things. Webius Julius, we're going to send. Right. Oop.
So that's your unit.
Yep, these are our units. We have 2 units led by leaders, which leaders basically, not only do they give you certain benefits, but when they go into cities, like say for example this one, they can act as governors, and their stats affect how well they do.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're going to send Webius Julius over to attack Jessup for right now, and we'll speed that up real quick. Now, if this city had walls, we have to build siege equipment to get over it. Because it doesn't, we can just click assault right now, and yeah, we outnumber them, and most of their troops are actually just basic peasant troops. So this will be nice and easy, and kind of give you an idea of how combat works. Yeah, this is it. Because I don't know you're talking about because you're talking about Civilization. I don't know how combat works in that, but how it works in this is it's basically entirely real time, and it's fairly strategic.
No, combat in that is
rebellious slaves may think of victory, but we should
okay, you're gonna let's start the deployment then. Yeah, because you're just gonna give some awesome speech about how we are Romans. Romans are awesome. So what I'm gonna choose to do. Actually, all 3 of these guys are gonna go because right now I don't have any cavalry, and cavalry are really nice for just flanking things. Oop. How do I? There we go. I have to actually do that. I think there's another way to do. Alright, so. Here we go. You guys are going to essentially go right here. You guys are going to go here. And then this is a general unit, and normally you don't want to do this because you don't want to lose your general unit, but I'm going to put him over here to flank. So,
because he's your cavalry.
Because they have cavalry. And there's a really effective thing you can do, particularly on this one with them. So, to start off, you guys are just going to march straight there. Cavalry going to march to the side. And as you can see, they have a very small group of forces in there who are kind of gathering around the town center. And they're basically just going to chill there. Let's speed this up because it's going to take forever otherwise.
Probably units.
Yep, they're entirely peasant infantry, though they're fairly weak.
Gotcha. And yours are trained legionnaires.
Well, basically, yeah, that was kind of the thing with Rome, was their infantry was the best around at the time. They were the best, trained. They were the best equipped. Just generally, one-on-one, a Roman infantryman could beat any other infantryman of any country in existence.
What happened in Italy?
Yeah, no joke. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to spread them out like that. There we go. That's better. Now, as we do that, we're going to then launch spears, because we have our velites, which are our throwing spearmen, who are just going to chuck missiles in there at those guys. We're going to move these people up here for right now. We're going to actually come in, because what we're going to do is we're going to use our spearmen, these guys, to sort of lure them out this way. And once they kind of come out, we're going to take our cavalry in from behind and just, like, wreck them.
Okay. So that actually, like, coming up from behind it.
Oh yeah, flanking does a lot of things. Charging with cavalry does a lot. Unless you charge into spears, in which case your cavalry just get knackered.
Right.
I mean, it's fairly realistic in terms of how the combat works, and you have to actually be fairly strategic. Let's move these guys up a little bit more, because we're gonna drop the velites back the second they start charging us, and then we're just gonna send in these guys. But yeah, we throw in spears to try and lure them out. And looks like here they come. Also, if you double click, they charge. Like that. And now we'll just watch here as our cavalry come in and just destroy things. And that's their general dead, which I generally do continue these two after that, because otherwise if you don't, they can occasionally simulate so that people get away, which is kind of annoying, and it means, yeah, so doing a manual mop-up is usually, especially here, because they're just going to run back to this little area, and it's, yeah, they don't even stand a chance. This is not even going to be close.
You lose a couple troops.
I did lose a couple infantry. I lost one of my bodyguard unit, which, I mean, granted, up against like 240 people.
Right.
So there's that.
How do you recuperate troops? Is it by garrisoning it, or is it just happening around?
Basically, you can choose a retrain option. When you take over a city, if you have the ability, like say we have the ability to create a society, bodyguard units just regenerate over time, or you can retrain them anywhere. That's what it is. But for like Hastati, Velites, we'd have to choose the retrain option, having a barracks in this town,
Gotcha.
which would allow us to queue them back up and bring back the people they'd lost. But anyway, that's the first takeover, and like I said, for the Julii and the Brudii, it's usually fairly simple.
Victory!
And then after this, it gets a little bit more complicated generally. So yeah, you can every time you take over a city, you can either occupy it, which just basically means you go through, you lose some things, say, hey, this is your tribute for being our people. You can enslave the populace, which is what standard Roman thing, send people to different towns, or you can just kill a bunch of them. Generally, later on, we'll want to enslave. For right now, because this is a tiny settlement, we can't afford to really lose that many people. We're just going to occupy it. Also, it's fairly close to our capital, which is right here, and that'll make it a bit easier to actually see. And just to show you kind of what I'm talking about, if you look at settlement details, you can actually see how everything breaks down. So, like, your population growth, you have positive things from farming. We don't have any negative right now. Public order is a big one we have negatives from. Because there's unrest, obviously, because we just captured it. There's also a culture penalty because they were just barbarians before we showed up, and now we're trying to impose Roman culture, and not going well. But once we start building some of our buildings, that'll go away, and then everything else. So this is kind of how you look and see, okay, this is what we have, this is what's counteracting their things, and it'll give you an idea for what the odds are of either, of our population growing or having civil unrest, or just how much money we're making. For right now, I think the only thing we can do here is build a governor's house, which will replace the old, I don't even know. Oh, there aren't any things there for a governor's house. So yeah, we actually have a governor's house. That will get rid of most of it. In the meantime, we're actually going to move this other guy up here, because I'm sure he will get told to go and do things here fairly quickly. And we're also going to send our spy up. Because spies are really useful. If you put them in, like, say, for example, this town right here, because right now we can see, they have people, we don't know how much, we don't know which buildings, we don't know anything about them. If we send him in, he'll be able to not only tell us all the details about it, but he'll also be able to, there's a chance that he'll open the gates, meaning we won't need to wait for siege weapons. So it can be useful to do that. For right now, we're successful, we get 5,000 denarii, which is good, and that's pretty much what we can do. So now, we go to end the turn. Yep, and it'll go through all those things, and surprise, surprise, we do have another Senate mission assigned, which is to take Batavium, which is, right there. I think that's, who we recruited, that's construction. Diplomatic information, apparently, yes, because, like I said, the Scipia's first mission is to attack that town. They are now at war with the Greek cities, as is the main headquarters of Rome. So, yeah.
So you are part of the Roman Empire.
Yeah. Well, like I said, there's 3 factions within Rome, and then there's
gotcha.
Rome itself. It's kind of like how in medieval you have the Catholic, or the Vatican has its own area, and then you have certain factions within the Vatican.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the other thing I'm going to do. Do we have? Did we get an heir from here yet? Because that's the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to send a group of people. There's a town down here that I'm going to want to take, just to like serve as a rallying point for ocean warfare. Yeah, can you tell I've played this a bit? Alright, so first things first, we're going to go actually sending him into Batavium and see. Yeah, so now we can see exactly what they have. They have 1 unit of cavalry, which I mean, even this low-grade cavalry can be a problem. Cavalry's a little overpowered in this game, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, that's how it is in all warfare, though. I mean,
Well, that's true. But luckily, the rest of them are just warbands, and warbands are not that powerful. So,
are they equivalent to the peasant fighters you just defeated?
a little bit more powerful than them. They're about the equivalent of my Town Watch, basically.
Gotcha.
General,
So what we're going to do now is we're just going to... we're going to send...
attack!
Oh, yes, we have to declare war here. Because they are a neutral faction. So we're just going to say, yeah, we're going to attack them. And he's going to slowly walk over. And once he gets up, we should see the sprite just smack it with a sword. Ka-chunk. Yep, that's me declaring war on you. Now, this one, unlike the last area we went to, actually has walls. Not very good walls, they're just palisades. Oh yeah, also they didn't actually open the gates. Like I said, that's a thing that can happen. My spy, unfortunately, did not open the gates this time, so he's just kind of chilling. Maybe he's doing other things, I don't know. So we're going to have to build a ram to actually get through the gates, and that means that we are going to have to maintain the siege for one turn. Which could be in our benefit if they decide to sally forth, because that will mean that we can just fight them outside of the city, and at that point we will be at an advantage. So, yep, war declared right there. Gauls are enemies. They're going to be our enemies for quite a while. Gaul is the first major enemy that the Julii have to deal with, and they're pretty they don't have a lot of powerful stuff. They're just really annoying, and they can muster like massive armies out of nowhere, seemingly. So they're a little bit of a problem. But yep. So what else do I think I've done everything else. Ah yes, Segesta. Now that we have a governor's house there, we can build other things, as we can see. Roads are probably going to be the first basic thing we want, because it's Rome. You gotta have roads. And as of right now, we can only make peasant infantry. But once we get like a barracks built, we'll have the ability to, I think, hold on, what will that tell us? Yeah, we can get town watch there, which are not great, but will be better than, it'll mean we can take our army out and go do other things.
Gotcha.
So, as of right now, like I said, we need to wait for the rams to build because they have walls, we have to get through them. So, that's all we can do for this turn, and we're going to end it. Oh, there they go. Like I said, they actually have... Yeah, I know this looks like we're severely outmatched here. We're really not. We're probably going to lose some people, but at the very least, it's not as bad as it looks. So, yeah, we're going to fight the battle on the battle map. And like I said, their guys are going to sally forth as well.
Now, is it always a generic battle map, or is it different every time?
Oh, they have different battle maps depending on which areas you have. You know, if you're going at tagging a city, the cities will change depending on what they actually have in their city. If you're on regular map, it'll be various different plains. Like as you can see, we're now on kind of more snowy plain thing. I don't know the exact number of maps they have, but they do have quite a few.
We stand on the defensive today. Let them wear themselves out against our battle line.
So we're gonna start the deployment. So let's see what exactly. I know they're out there. This is the other problem. If the enemy's in trees in the battle map, you can't see them right away. So what we're actually going to do, is we're going to move our people all pretty much right here, and we're going to come down that way. That would be a little bit, we can then close the gap that way. We're also going to, going to have one unit. Why was it not dragging? We need to be able to, there we go. That's what I wanted it to do. No, okay, no. And then we're going to have the archers behind because as something weird's going on with the mouse, I don't know.
So this military has a lot larger... Yeah, this mouse has a lot of problems.
Okay, and then Juliet, which as you can see, because he's a veteran general, he actually has a higher bodyguard unit.
Gotcha.
So he's going to be fairly useful in terms of what he can do. I'm also going to move him a bit up here, because again, I'm basically going to send him out and across once things start hitting the fan. The way I have everything set up is the Hastati are going to be, because they're basically your frontline troops. So as I said, the archers are going to start firing, and then the Hastati are going to be moving forward. When they reach my Hastati, I'm going to have the archers back up. I'm going to have my Triarii move forward, because they're kind of your last line of defense normally. You have your
Archers have greater range than spears then?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
quite a bit. Because spear, I think for like spears, they would only be able to attack about there from where they're at. Archers could attack like up to there.
Gotcha, okay.
So, Also, the one thing I do like about that is missiles are not 100% accurate. Like, any missile shot will not necessarily guarantee a kill.
Okay.
They're just in the general area. So it's kind of an interesting thing they got going.
The enemy has
Haha, there
brought
they go.
reinforcements in a pathetic attempt to save themselves.
Ooh, they have like cavalry. I'm gonna have to move my Triarii up a bit sooner than I wanted to engage.
Is there a limit to the number of troops you can command?
There are, but I don't remember what it is. I think it's sort of largely because I've actually had more than 2 layers of this as well.
You have multiple generals invading the same battlefield.
Yes. We're gonna worry about them in a second.
Who are those people?
Those are the army from the city. See back there, you have the city.
Oh, you're getting attacked. Oh.
And then these guys. Ooh, we can have them go after the warband skirmishers. And you guys are gonna just attack them. Ooh, I don't think we can handle that. Ooh, we're getting swarmed. Oh, that's not good. That's not what I wanted.
Oh yeah, hey, your cavalry's getting pinned by an archer.
Yeah, a little bit. Good. Ooh, yeah, just right through that warband, right through all those. Look at them; they're just getting nailed. See that's why I love cavalry. Just take them behind and take out their freaking archers. As for you guys, okay,
The
they're
enemy show
retreating.
their true virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
The Triarii are just gonna go here. As for you guys, you have a new thing. I'm gonna send you guys up. Not all of you, not the cavalry. Just you guys. I'm gonna send you up to here. Or nope, not that, not double click, just regular click. So where am I? There they are. And we'll just take out these warbands so they don't have anyone left. Because yeah, if you take out enough of them and destroy like their leader of whatever unit they are, they'll start to rout. As you can see is what they're doing. So
Very interesting.
yeah. Units also have tiredness and morale over time, because as you can see, they're eager because that's their morale. They have the general in the unit. They're raring to go. They're ready. They're kicking some ass, and they're also fresh. They haven't really had to run around or do a lot or exert themselves a lot. So yeah, a lot of different things to think about in this game. I think are these guys? Can't tell if they're actually shooting arrows. Oh, they are. Yeah, they're shooting arrows at the cavalry, which is good because cavalry need to go down.
Destroy them!
Yeah, I'm basically having my archers run away because they're too close to. Oop.
Now you guys are surrounded.
Yep, but I have my cavalry coming in, so that's. Yeah.
Fair.
I'm gonna lose some of my Hastati, which sucks, but that's why Hastati are kind of your frontline fighters. You're gonna lose
Yeah,
some.
you lost a lot of ones.
The gods be praised! The enemy's
And again,
hearts are full
continue
of
this up because
fear. Now
if we
they
can take out a lot of these guys, then that's gonna make taking the city even easier.
Oh, so you still have to take the city after this?
Yeah, so they just sallied for it. They had another general. But if we take out all these guys here that you're seeing,
Yeah.
yeah, especially if we can take out their general, because that would be fantastic. But we're not going to. They're cavalry just running too fast. Yeah, they're just look at them. They're just dropping like flies, and they're just scattered all over the freaking snow landscape. Like I said, yeah, you can even see like the massive fight
General
that took
hasn't
place
fully
here.
retreated yet.
I know he has, but we're not gonna be able to catch him. He's too far gone. Like we won't be able to catch up with him. So I'm just gonna have my cavalry.
Now, does this disrupt your ram building?
No, it does not. Because this again, the battle doesn't take the entire. Each turn is I think 6 months.
Oh wow.
So, or it might only be 4. I'm not entirely certain. But yeah, it takes several months, and battles like this generally only take in game
Okay.
supposedly like a couple days. Yep, and that's gonna be so now. Basically, when we go to take the city, they're not gonna have any warbands. Please don't throw spears. My things are up there. Yeah, and I have clearly won the battle. So like I said, it started out looking like I was severely outmatched. Of course, I'm not, because I
You
just
did lose a lot of men.
I lost quite a few Hastati. I lost, well, men deployed, men remaining. I only lost about 50 something.
So that's good, actually, because they said that you were going to lose half, so...
Yeah, well, that again, they had that as the balance of forces. But again, your tactics, the way you do things, there are a few random things in terms of how morale goes and like who gets killed first. But it's not terribly random, and it's still enough that again, if you fight well, you can actually overcome. You can overcome like I've overcome like having like a little sliver to like a 10% chance and still winning. It's extremely difficult to do that, but you can do it. Yeah, I think the half and half too was just like if I had chose to what's the word I'm looking for, to automatically resolve it.
Gotcha, okay.
We would have lost a lot more. That's why I generally especially early on in the game, I do that. So they're still fairly close as well, and I don't want to. I need to focus on getting cities built, getting like quite a few big cities built. So I don't want to get populace out of there, because yeah, your cities upgrade as they get more population. Aha, ha ha ha! A suitable husband has been found for my thing. Garrison Commander Gaius Manius. His traits are good attacker. +2 command when attacking, and +2 to your general's hit points. Yeah, because these are their base stats. You have command, management, influence. Right now, he doesn't really have anything in any of them, but he will. As he does things, he'll get better and better.
Cool.
And take settlement Corrales. It's something. Wait a second.
Are these missions random, or are they...
What? I took the town. I didn't realize that was a thing. Like normally, you actually maybe it's because I killed so many of their troops that they just gave it up.
It could be.
Well, that doesn't mean I have to go after Corrales now, which is fine with me because yeah. So market is good. Let's get. How do I want to do this? I don't get the roads, or I don't get the market. Let's get the roads up first because roads mean faster trade.
Gotcha, okay.
All right, so construction report, and it looks like, oh yes, Gaul is now at war with everyone else in the empire, and we haven't declared war on Greek cities yet. We probably should have. End of turn report. Marriage celebrations.
So, one of your daughters got married to someone, and now that general joined you.
Basically, that's kind of how it works. If we look at faction, and right there you can see the family tree. So you start out with, Flavius Julius, who's your faction leader. That was the guy who was in the last battle. You have Vivius Julius, who had takes Egesta, Quintus Julius, and Lucius Julius.
So he just married it.
Oh no, these 3 are your starting family members. You also start out with, this guy has 1 daughter, 2 sons, and each of these guys have a son. Who eventually, these guys will come of age and get more generals. But if they have a daughter, then they can get married off to another guy who then becomes another one of your generals.
Gotcha, okay.
So, let's see. I believe this place now needs. I'm gonna have. You know what? I'm gonna do farming first because that's actually really important to how population growth is affected. I don't think I need to recruit anyone more. Oh wait, no. I need to get a couple Byrons going because we are gonna need. They do occasionally. The Senate occasionally tells you like usually when the Brudii fails to do something, they'll tell you to take something over here. So. Yep, so roads there. Yeah, we should only need. Cause hold on, how we got here? Oh yeah, 4 units of Hastati is more than enough. So what we do is we'll take these guys, and put them onto my Navy ship, and then move that down. Because we have 10 turns to actually freaking take this. Admittedly, it's Carthaginian, so it's faction aligned, but like I said, at this point I've got a few other towns I'm decently well built up. And Corrales actually has some decent stuff in it that we can make use of, so not terrible.
Can you take other towns besides what they tell you to?
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, you'll do that all the time. I mean, I don't generally do it early on in the game because, one, you don't have the forces for it. Two, if you do take a town, waste a lot of troops on it, and then they tell you, hey, go take a town somewhere way over here, it can be a bit frustrating. So usually, once I've gotten through about, 20 turns or so, actually, maybe not even that much, and had the chance to build armies in all my fringe cities, that's when I'll start actively taking cities. Like, this is going to be the next big one on my list. Because I want the Gauls to go down fairly quickly, or at least be as depowered as I can. Because otherwise, they're going to be a menace to me for quite some time if I just leave them alone. So next thing, yep, land clearance, we'll get that done to get population growth. Because again, in order to get this up, as you can see, population 936, and I'm only getting plus 2% per round. And in order to get up to the next settlement, I think I need 2,000 population.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you want to do whatever you can to make your population explode. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send my spy here to go into this town. Oop, no, I have to right click to move. There we go.
So this game is in a lot of ways a spiritual successor to like Caesar 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Way more so than Caesar 3 is.
I mean, the thing is, it doesn't actually involve as much with build build a thing here, build another thing there. But it's definitely
this is how Civilization plays too. So you don't actually like go into town and build it, but you just basically choose every turn they're building something, so you choose what they're building, just like this. So.
Well, and the other thing I also like about this a little bit better than Civilization is one, like the battle maps, like being able to fight
absolutely.
things. And two, just like the way it's set up. Like the goal is to take over the world, find different factions. Different factions have different units, different things that they can do. And eventually the goal is once you've taken over, I think 50 provinces, you can then take over Rome and become the new emperor. So that's an interesting thing that can happen. Yeah. So okay, I already did you. I do eventually, especially later on in the game, start losing my mind or start just randomly clicking on a bunch of stuff like that because I forget what I do because I have a very hard time focusing on 60 different things at once. But yeah,
an advantage I have over you.
It's true. I can focus a lot better on one particular thing, but you can focus a lot better on like multiple things at once. Alright, so we're going to actually disembark here, and he's going to come off, and we're going to deal with a battle right now because we might as well. Oh crap. Right, I probably should have remembered that you can't move once you've done that. Because ship movement actually also affects how well... Because it's based on time, so...
Right.
New recruitment complete. How are we looking? How are we looking on cash flow? Ooh, we were losing. We lost 1560 last month. And now we're there. Yeah, so that's another thing you also have to keep track of on who's making money and who's not. Right now we are making a lot of money, but we're also spending quite a bit of it. Which is the big thing that's killing us. Ah, roads. Let's get some roads going. That's probably a good thing to have. Let's actually see. Actually, we might also be able to... okay, we can't retrain yet because we don't have the... yeah, we don't have the proper... We need to get a militia barracks built up first. But... everyone else has things being built. Actually, I can just check right there. It'll show on construction that we have stuff. Ooh, I probably should build a couple more stadi here just because... he's governing by himself. I guess I shouldn't be too upset by that because once your capital, you generally don't need anything. Don't need anything to help order. There's a bit of squalor, so that's kind of a problem. But really, with everything else we have, and the fact that it's the capital, it's that's more than enough to overcome anything.
Right.
So, see, there's that. Everyone else is building something. You are there, so. Advance to the next turn, I suppose.
Is that your spy movie?
Nope, that is a Roman diplomat. Which we should have a diplomat. Where is our diplomat? Is he? Hold on. Our diplomat might be. Nope, he's not there. We're supposed to start out with a Roman or diplomat for our party. I don't know. Oh, he's hiding. That's why I couldn't see him. Yeah, we're gonna move them up here because we may be called to make a treaty with one of these other things up here. That may be a mission we get, or if someone's just like really harassing us, we may just say, hey, back off just for a few turns. How we looking this time? Okay, that's much better. We're in the black again. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're going to finish this thing on Corrales.
Attack!
Attack a neutral faction. Yeah, we're going to go after Carthage because fuck Carthage. And Cathwac. Now this one shouldn't actually have walls, so we should just be able to take it. Yep, and you know what? I'm not even going to fight this one just to show you what happens when you auto-resolve in a situation like this. Yeah, we lost 4 people.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what happens when you're fighting things like entirely peasant militia. Again, I normally only do that. I normally only do that on like the really simple ones where it's like we're almost guaranteed to win, just because again it can take some time and it's not as fun just to demolish people under that scenario. So occupy the settlement. This one I probably would. Well, no, they don't have a very high population. I generally do just occupy because I want to get things going up as quickly as I can. We were awarded a gift of thing, and yep. So now we're at war with that group of people. Some roads here. Yeah, this is the other thing we can do. If we do that, we can just go straight from city to city to save a bit of time. Build a trader there. Build. They are building something. Good catch. Build a port here because we are going to need. This is going to be one of the more important things we have to trade. Particularly things on this side because this is right next to Greece.
Gotcha. Okay.
So. Yep, and then Aramanium, which is also building something. Can I... Hold on. I'm going to go back to Batavian, because Again, this is going to be an area I work to sally troops from.
I'm not going to lie to you. I had way more fun when you were, being terrible at a game and failing miserably.
Well, what can I say? I know what I'm doing in this one.
That's true.
It's not... Sometimes it's fun to watch people actually play a game and be okay at it, rather than just repeatedly fail. Although, the most recent Let's Play we have Luke trying to play Skullgirls is not necessarily good evidence for that. That was great fun watching him fail.
Yeah, I have not watched that one yet.
Oh, you should. He dies a lot.
Okay.
Alright, so that's all that taken care of.
He had it coming.
He had it coming. He had it coming all along. You should have seen it, because if you'd seen it, you couldn't tell me that I was wrong.
That just happened.
Oh, look, Gaul's attacking me. So now we can show what happens when you do... Oh, and because we don't have Gacy's actually coming. Okay, this is a good chance to show off defensive battle. Because yep, he's actually going to come into that same little village area where you saw me the first battle, when we actually had to take this freaking city.
Oh, okay.
Today we fight against monsters.
Oh wait, that's right. I did build a government thing, so it's going to be a bit different in nature. And we're starting right there. So let's see. Okay, we should be able to.
Because you upgraded the city, so now the city looks different.
Right. It's now It's Roman in nature rather than
Barbaric.
Barbaric. Yes.
Gotcha.
Rather than the damn barbarians. So what do they have? They have. Oh, we can't even see. It looks like they have. That's probably their general bodyguard unit. As per usual, we're going to. No. We're going to have 2 units of this. A unit of Velites. And then our general is actually going to stay towards the back. Or up to the side, really. Right. Oh. Come on, mouse button. There we go. Trying to think of the best way to do this, because I'm obviously gonna want these guys charging. I have the Velites go after his bodyguard, and then I have there's 55 of those things too. Look, I mean the general bodyguard unit, the thing I have, they're heavy cavalry, so they'll be a bit better than just necessarily the light cavalry that they've got.
Right.
But yeah.
But not much better.
Well, no. Well, the fact is there's quite a bit less of them. That's the downside. So we're going to have these guys do that.
How often do you lose battles?
Personally,
Yeah. I mean, is it something that it happens, there's nothing you can do about it? Or is it...
it literally just depends on how many people you have. Like, it depends on how many people you have, how you use them, and how effectively you set up for No, you guys go after that.
do you ever get defensive structures or fortifications?
Yes, you do get wall. You can build walls. You can build things on. Well, actually, walls automatically have towers on them. Ooh, we are getting General Bodyguards unit. Please do not kill my general. That would suck. Oh,
The enemy general is
he's
running
routing.
away. The enemy army is in flight. Pursue.
I'm actually going to end it this time because I don't want to risk losing any more men.
men.
We lost 11 people. Oh, by the way, if it says they killed more than we lost, that means they killed some of their own troops, which can happen. Largely if you use range attacks.
Right, yeah, it makes sense.
But, yeah. So, yeah, we routed them pretty successfully, I would say. But, to answer your question, like, I don't generally lose battle that often, because I usually set it up in such a way that, if I'm getting attacked by someone, I usually have, like, pretty well defended, and otherwise I'll have an army nearby that I can just bring in to help.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, again, it all just depends on what numbers you have and how well you use them. Here we go. This is the first one we get where we don't have to actually take something. We have to blockade a Carthaginian port. And if we do it, they will throw games in our honor, which is good, because what that'll do is that'll increase not only public order, but population growth for several turns in a whatever city it happens in.
Nice.
So, this one, again, very easy. All we do, take that ship, and, uh-oh. How many people are in that one? Well, we should still have advantage. This is one thing you actually can't do. You cannot fight naval battles. You just have to click auto-resolve. And we lost some ships. That's fine, though. We got past them, though. They're not the way we wanted. Oh. That's not good. That's very not good.
You lost a lot of guys.
I did. I expected more than that. Oh, retinue expands. This is something else that can happen. Every time you fight a battle or do a thing as a general, they have a chance of getting more people in them. So, he got a new retainer, a Haruspex, whatever that is, I think. Oh, he's a diviner. Very well. And that gives me +1 morale for all troops on the battlefield when he is in command of them. Let's get rid of that. That's probably just going to be something worthless. Trade increase. Oh yes, we also gained +2 command. Because of the way we did that battle. Income's starting to go up quite a bit as well. So yes, this is a bit of a problem. Also, we don't have a dock at Corrales yet, and probably won't for a bit. No, because yeah, it's not big enough. It's only a town. It needs to be like a larger town before it can actually. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. Bit of a tiny problem, especially because we don't have any other firings nearby.
Right.
But hopefully no one else will attack that, and I can just go there next turn. So that should be fine.
I believe in you.
I believe in me too. Alright, so what else do we have to do? We have to go and find... Okay, because these two are not building things currently. So this one... Yeah, this is... Because it's my capital, I want to be able to get this thing, the income going up as quickly as I can. So what will be a good... Market! Market is a good good use of that. So market and probably then farming, sewers. Actually, I might build a shrine next. And then for here, this is also going to be another place I want that. So paved roads or I'd probably use a trader there. I have roads in the area already. Yep, and then I still don't have the ability to make any troops out of there. So that's this turn. And they're going to do things. Macedon's going to go through their turn. Oh, I know why we're seeing Macedons, because freaking Brudii are in the area. We have shared vision with all of our allies, by the way.
Even though you're not really allies.
Oh no, we are. The Brudii, Scipii, and Julii are all allies.
Gotcha.
We're all just factions within Rome. It's kind of like the Democrats and the Republicans. They may not always get along, but we wouldn't actively fight each other.
Okay.
Okay, so those things are done.
Apparently you've never been to a Trump rally.
Modern day social commentary is fun.
We've been trying really hard. So in our last one, playing season 3 and everything, we really did.
We had some good ones in there. We had some good burns on social commentary and classism.
Correct. And unfortunately, we didn't record it because we're monsters.
Because we're not good at doing mechanical things. So yeah, because this ship was there and you didn't think to move it in the way of my stuff, now I just had a straight shot. I blockaded the port, and that is another mission successful. By the way, the other thing that doing missions does for you is you have approval ratings. You have approval rating with the people, and you have approval rating with the Senate, which both have distinct advantages. Having a high approval rating with the Senate means they'll go easier on you in taxes and other things. Having a high popularity rating with the people means generally higher public order and population growth. And right now, majority of the Senate likes us, but yeah, it's fine. And obviously, the more missions we do, the more chance that'll go up. Oh, also the other thing that'll do is the Senate actually has, if I can find out where it is, there it is. Yes, offices. So you have different offices, different things, doing stuff. And if they like you enough, when one of these people passes away, and they'll go to elect a new one, they might choose someone from within your faction. And having a person in your faction within one of these offices can give you bonuses and stuff as well. So it's usually well worth it to keep the Senate happy. Alright, so these things got built as well. Yes, this next thing I really need to focus now on is on building military stuff, because this is where I'm going to basically be pushing out to get more just people in general, or fighting more battles. Also, because I have a feeling I'm going to need them soon, I'm going to build a couple more biremes out of here.
So each game is completely different, correct?
In the Total War series?
Yeah.
Yes. This is obviously, it's called Rome Total War, so it's, about
well,
the...
No, I mean, so like each time you play, each playthrough is completely different. Like missions from the Senate change, or are they all the same?
They're the same in where you start out in the starting situations, and like the first, several turns of each game are going to be relatively samey, like usually the first 5 or 6. After that, once people actually start getting developed and getting territory, that's when it starts getting a bit more diverse. Depending on, where you decide to go first. If you decide to go over here and deal with the Gauls as you should, or if you decide to push up into this area and tackle, I can't even remember what guys are over here, because it's not rebels at this point. I think it might be Macedon. Taking on Macedon, taking on enemies up in this area. If you want to go across the sea, take over, Carthage and those places. How well you manage your cities, what kind of missions you get from the Senate, everything else gets, randomized depending on your playstyle. So it's yeah, you can very easily play this exact same thing, 2 or 3 times through and get a different, even with the same faction, you get a different playthrough each time, or slightly different. All right, let's go. I should build a wall there just so at the very least if they try to attack me again, I have something there. I think that's it. Good for this turn. Oh, something good happened. Senate mission successful. Yep, and they blockaded the port. Construction, recruitment. Something happened within the faction. Oh, they had games. Ooh, at Corrales. That's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. That means. So settlement details. Because that'll go down. Where would it go? That might be part of it. No, it's supposed to say something here where we got bonus from games. Maybe it just hasn't happened yet. Either way, that's still, it'll give me that. Gaius Amanius, +1 influence. Ooh. I'm guessing tax collector.
Whatever.
His retinue expanded, and if we right-click on him, or where does it have that? Oh, it's under recruitment. Yeah. So he got a tax farmer, which actually, first of all, he got a biographer, which basically, yes, it celebrates how awesome he is. So it gives him +1 influence. However, he also has a tax farmer, which gives him a -1 influence because people don't like him as much for getting taxes, but you get a bit more revenue out of it. Wow, the hits just keep coming. Every time I get a good thing, I get a bad thing to go along with.
Useless assessor.
-10 or -10 penalty on tax income. So I get a +5 from him and a -10 from that.
So you just gained a trait for no reason?
Well, I probably just missed me gaining the trait. I'm sure it does randomly give you certain traits. Some traits are good, some traits are bad. It's all a little bit random. And part of it is if you do good things, you will get certain bonuses. Other parts, just over time, they will automatically gain things. So yeah, I bet there is a bit of randomness to the game, but I still accept it because again, there's randomness in politics in general. I mean, you can never control exactly what everyone's going to do or how things are going to play out, as much as certain politicians might like to think you can. So let's go. All right, now we need to pick a shrine because I don't necessarily need the barrack shit. Each shrine has benefits. That will give me a public order bonus and population growth. These two just give me public order. Oh, yeah. Public order bonus from law, public order. I think I'm just going to do... Because I already... If I recall, I already have a fairly good... Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Like, with the garrison there. Also, I'm not having any negative to that, so that's good. I think I'm just going to go with this, because that'll give me population boost. That's a good idea.
Yay, more babies!
Everyone make all the babies. Well, I think it also just has to do with, like, getting people to immigrate.
I heard immigration was wrong.
Well, yes, we have to... That's
Why
why...
did the Romans build a wall?
Well, we have built walls. Look, see, under construction, we have a wooden palisade, and we're going to upgrade it. Most of our cities have walls at this point. I mean, you know, we don't have a provincial wall.
Then why are you having a problem with immigration?
I don't know. Maybe we just need to build it bigger. Make it 90 feet tall instead of like 30 or 35.
You know, part of the problem is you built your walls up, and you should have built walls down.
That is true. Build walls into the ground. That's the most successful way to do it. Oh yes. Okay, so this I need to actually... Yeah, market is going to be the most useful. Because I need to get... I'm going to need to get these two things built up, because the bigger our military force gets, taxes come from every city to pay for it, and it's spread load dependent upon like size of city and a few other things. So your main capital cities, you're going to want to get the income up as high as you can, as early as you can, to make the most use out of that. So that's everything built. What I'd like to do, actually, I don't have a barracks built there, but I'd like to, if I can, take Mediolanium, because it doesn't look... I mean, they have a family member there, which sucks. Oh. Is anyone else? Ah, there you are! There's Mr. Coming-of-Age person. Okay. You are actually going to go up this way. I'm going to bring these two guys up to join your thing. Uh-oh.
Forward! Sir!
Oh, well, I'll have to wait another turn, I guess. Whoops!
What's going on?
There's a rebel army there. He's not going to go after us, but they generally have those around. Also, even if they do...
2 of them.
There are. Damn, how are they getting so many armies in this area? This is not cool.
Because you didn't build a wall.
I guess. You're right.
And you didn't make them pay for it.
They do need to pay for the damn rebels coming in and taking all our jobs. That was the problem with your Caesar 3 run through. You just all sorts of immigrants coming in and taking good jobs from hardworking Romans. All right, I think that does it. Also, we can, you know what? I'm gonna keep this. Blockaded just because that way Carthage doesn't have stuff. And if we can keep Carthage down for a little bit longer, that's always a good thing. I mean, I'm sure they're going to send a ship after that eventually. That's probably going to happen.
Your blockade?
Oh yeah. I'm actually surprised they haven't gone after it yet. Oh, blockade Spartan port. Which port in? Ah, this is why we built this one. Because as you can see, we now have to go all the way down here to this port and blockade that. So if we hadn't done that, it would have taken a lot longer to get this thing over there. And we probably would have lost ships, because you tend to lose ships when you go out into open water over here. You're better off staying near land, usually. Alright, so we can now bring this guy in there. No, I said right-click. Right-click, there we go.
You're merging those two?
Well, yeah, I took two Astadi out of there to put them there. Because I'm basically going to go after Mediolanium.
Remember the rebel armies. Remember the rebel armies.
Like I said, even if they do attack me, especially, I mean, not quite yet, but next turn I'm going to have Astadi that I've built. And this place is well defended, I guess.
Gotcha.
Because, again, their units are going to be entirely peasants.
Gotcha.
So, not a terribly big deal. Then next thing, I'm probably going to send these two units out as well. Actually, no, I'll probably send the archers. Archers in the bigger unit, and I'll keep the other things here.
Gotcha.
I'll figure that out next turn. I still have one more turn till the militia barracks gets built, so that's... I've decided your wisdom, your fact... Oh. That started off so positive. The noble senators of Rome have decided wisely that you guys suck and don't get in office. Thanks, guys. Thanks. You could have just said... You could have just thrown up a big flag that says, fuck you. That would have been as effective. Wow, lots of people declaring war on each other. Which is good, because it means if they're declaring war on each other, they're not declaring war on me.
Noble master.
That. And... finally build the final building there, and now we just get to wait. Then... Iridium, we will have building a... yes, we need farming built there. That's kind of the bigger thing. That's building a barracks, that's building a market, and this will also build a barracks. Which at this point we should be good on all those counts. Yep, so now I just have to wait the turn again. And Carthage is going on day to day like nothing's wrong. Yeah, it's fine. There may be a bunch of Roman warships out in front of our, in front of our docks.
Are you
but that's
actually
fine.
impeding trade or anything like that?
Yes, that's all advantage you get for blockading them. Is they don't get trade advantages or anything else from their ports anymore. Also, because they're technically being attacked, they take negatives to public order as well. And the only reason I know that is because Spain declared war on Carthage. Carthage is just taking it up the butt right now. Because I know already that freaking Scipio has gone after him a bit as well. So yeah, they are not in a good situation. So those things will go. Everything's still building. Patavium, which I can now... this is how retraining works. Now that we can actually build a society here, if we have a society in there and we click on retrain, we can
heal them up over around.
Yep, it'll heal them up, and if you can heal as many as you need to be trained. And actually, I'm gonna see if I build another one. That might... I don't know if that'll build this turn, but we can try it. The other thing I need desperately is I need to be able to build horses. Equites, the earliest horse unit you can get. And yeah, these things are building a study, so I'm gonna move you up just a smidge.
And every faction has different troops?
Yes. The Roman things have basically the same. I think the Julia gets slightly better. I'm trying to remember what their special unit is. I think they get slightly better infantry at the later stages. The Scipii get certain the Scipii get horses. They're horse. They get a better horse unit, and then I don't remember what the Bruttii get.
Right, because you've never played them.
I've never played them long enough to find out, but you can't check. Their units are slightly different later on, and just to be more specialized. But especially once you start getting out into the Gauls, Macedon, Carthage, all those different things, they each have special units and things that they can get.
Now, when you play as the other factions, like the Gauls and things like that, you don't have to answer to the Senate and everything, do you? Or is it all kind of the same?
No, you don't have to answer to the Senate at that point. You just do whatever the hell you want.
You can take over the world?
Oh yes, you can also hire mercenaries. So we're actually going to do that. We're going to hire barbarian mercenaries just for a little bit of an extra boost against when we go to fight them. Which we are going to do pretty much this next turn. I just need to send Admiral this guy down here a little further because I need to have Sparta blockaded within the next 3 turns. So, end the turn. And oh, okay, it's that one. I don't care about that one. We'll just do auto result. I won! I actually won!
Victory!
So, Gaul, your things go. And how are we looking on money though? I lost a little bit because I had to hire those mercenaries, but that's fine. Following factions have declared that they are out. Oh, good. 2 of my enemies are teamed up with each other. Well, they're kind of on the other side of the sea from each other, so not terribly detrimental to me. And this is the one I was actually worried was getting attacked. Attack neutral faction. Yes, that's what we're going to do.
Why would you do that? What does Spartans ever do? Can you play as Sparta?
Oh, you can play as Greece. Which, outside of the Roman one, was actually a lot more factions. Greece is the one I usually play as. 1, because they start out with like the most stuff. 2, they're fairly advanced from the get-go. And 3, they actually have really good horse units.
And that's your favorite units in the game?
Oh yeah, because they're freaking overpowered as hell. And granted, you are always going to want to have like a few of the other units, but if you can get like 5 or 6 units of cavalry, you can basically just ruin anyone who doesn't.
Huh.
I mean, again, you have to use them, right? Is also the thing. So it doesn't
Right,
spell auto battle, but all right. Hold on, we'll give this guy 2 more units of those, and then with 5 units of infantry, we should have an easy battle here. Ooh, oh, can't quite get there. I think at this point, yeah, because these things are all built. I can't build anything more until.
So now, do units advance through time or through building construction?
What do you mean?
How do you get better units?
By constructing better things.
Okay.
And then eventually you run out of stuff to construct in the current size of the city. So when your population gets up to a certain point, and it'll even say right here, population required for next level 6,000. That'll unlock the next set of buildings we can build. And the
What's
more
that white thing?
this sewers,
Ah.
basically plumbing. So, and then Arminium is the only one I think that actually has to get stuff. And I don't necessarily need that. I'm probably just going to do population here as well, because their public order, because they're freaking one of my original things, is going to be squalor. Ooh, I might want to build sewers actually fairly soon. Cue that up for next round. That'll make things a bit easier on me. And yeah, this place has now been blockaded. That's nothing else I can really do right now. Actually, oh, I'm still blockading it. Brilliant. Yep. Broody will do their things. Skippy will do their thing. Everyone else goes. Carthage still doesn't take care of their blockade. Uh-oh. Will they have advantage from... Yep, they will. Well, let's fight the battle on the battle map. Yeah, this one is basically just going to be throw my infantry at everything. Oh no, my spy got kicked out of the town. I didn't even realize that.
Why? How would that help you?
Well, like I said, having a spy would allow me to see what's in there, how many troops and what kind of troops and the advantages and their leader and everything. Also gives me a chance, I think it's a 40% chance that the gates would just open. I wouldn't need siege weapons. So, let's see. So again, I'm gonna move this guy back a smidge to right. No. Right there. And then once they get... Okay. We got...
The enemy here brought up more men.
Where are they located? Out here somewhere. Yeah. Ooh, what is that their army or is that just a thing? Okay. Yeah, because they're in the trees, so we're going to have a visibility problem. There they are. That's all the people that I want to see. Right there. There we go. Yeah, you have to, like I said, you have to double click to make them charge, and when they charge, then they do more damage. Oncoming storm, massive wall of troops. Yeah, this battle will probably last me all of 5 seconds when it actually starts. And there goes down the first leader, which I believe was not actually... Yeah, he's just a captain. Which, if your unit doesn't have a general unit in it, they just assign a captain from the general populace. Now, this is where it gets interesting. No. Go back to walking, please. I'd like to save your energy because you're gonna freaking need it. Yeah, this is the part where it's going to get a bit interesting, and I'm not certain how well we're going to do. Because yeah, there's their general units, and they also have like cavalry. Eesh, this is going to be rough. Okay.
Attack quickly!
Hold the general back. We need to wait until the absolute right time. Where the hell are you, general? Ah, there you are. Yeah, we're gonna let their general go after my infantry for a little bit, and then have my general unit charge in and kind of get behind him. Okay, and this is where the massive wave on wave action happens. Oh no, we're oh that's right. They're gonna because Hasadi have a ranged attack. They can throw spears. Uh-oh. Oh, good. My mercenaries are retreating.
Apparently our friend Ryan listened to 3 hours straight of Diggy Diggy Bowl today.
Okay, so that's...
So can you play as the Spartans defending against the Persian Empire?
No Persians in this one, unfortunately, which is very, very sad because I would love to have a variation of that. You're not doing anything. Go after these guys. Go after those guys. You guys as well. You're not going to need. We'll have yeah, my general unit should be able to finish off these guys. I think there's only like 2 of them left, and there they go. Oh, nope, there, the guy's still alive. Come on, they're just attacking. There we go. I can't even tell which of these are mine and which aren't. Also, where the hell are you guys at? And why are there 14 of you left? Okay, if any of you do survive, I'm going to have you publicly executed.
How very Roman of you.
Rather than paying them, just have them
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! No!
You're about to get pincered.
I'm aware. I'm aware of that.
Your general's gonna die, Ben.
Please don't kill my general. I kind of need him for things. Oh, they're routing. Okay, you, general, back off a bit. Back off. Back off. Let your infantry handle it. That's the Roman way. How are these guys all looking? They're kind of exhausted, but all right, kill off their general. Oh, he's routing, is he? Oh, that's a shame now.
The enemy army is in flight. Pursue them and drive them from the
I'm gonna
battlefield.
end this. I don't want to risk losing any more
Rome
people.
will be amazed at such a victory.
Yeah, we lost quite a few people there, but
You know, yeah, you killed one more.
that is true. That is generally, you know what to say. You gotta spend people to make people. I think that's how the saying goes, right?
I think anyone says that actually.
I'm sure. Someone somewhere, some corrupt businessman says that. You know, if people die, as long as you can get some more money out of it, that's probably fine.
So life insurance is for.
Right. Now, I'm pretty sure this one is just going to be me attacking and, oh, nope, I actually have to build this. Imitate. Oh, you guys, you're back, are you? Well, welcome back to the party, fucksticks. We'd like you to accept this bounty with our gratitude. Okay? That's great, thanks.
Who gave you that?
The Senate did? Ah! Confident Commander, +1 command. Also, games are held in Araminium. Hold on, let's see here.
Imperator.
What do we have? Ah, so now I now have 2 stars of command. Also, what else do we have? -1 to management. Oh yeah, he gets +1 to these things. Oh, he's sharp. He just gets +1 to everything. Brilliant. Bored by races. He finds chariot racing and crashing boar. Let's see. He also has +1 command with defending, and yeah. Oh, I can buy a barbarian cap. Yeah, that worked out great for me last time, buying barbarian units. Actually, can I go in? Oh no, I can't because I'm besieging it. That's why. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. So. Let's build sewers because things are. I'm sure squalor's gonna get out of hand here if I don't quickly deal with it. And are you still being blockaded? I believe you are. Also, Senate. Do I have a current Senate mission? I'll probably get one next turn, but for right now, no. So let's just let things go the way they were supposed to go. By the way, it may seem like I have the Gauls fairly easily taken care of at this point. Trust me, I don't. They still have like 2 or 3 more cities that I haven't even seen yet.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, they're the Gauls.
yeah, they're
And then if you
freaking
underestimate them, they'll come and they'll ransack Rome.
pretty much until you get rid of them completely. Which admittedly,
Can you go to England in this one?
You mean up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the Britons are, or the
Britannians.
Britannia. Yeah, that's where Britannia is located. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to assault this place, and they don't have that many people left. They do have their faction leader, but again, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to automatically resolve the battle, and a very clear victory. We only lost 42 people. Still have quite a few of them left, and their faction leader is dead now. I'm assuming.
This land
Now, are you
is
going to
Roman.
enslave?
You know what? Yes, I am actually. I'm going to enslave the populace to help other towns, like say, for example, this one. Oh, I also have another commander there I can use. Yeah, because now we're up to 1,400, which that's basically what you do. You just go to other cities, and once you get to like some of the bigger outer cities, you just enslave the populace and get them back to these, your core stuff to build them up. That's basically how that works.
Okay, gotcha.
Trade increase. Also, Aemilius Julius. We got +2 more to command. Brilliant. Britannia and Gaul are. Oh, good. They're aligned. Oh well. Faction announcements. Ah, coming of age. That must be why in here I have this other guy now. Anyway, we're at about an hour now, so we probably should call it. But yeah, what are your thoughts on what you're seeing so far here?
So I really like the game. I really like the idea. It looks like a really good execution of a good way to build an empire. I'll have to try medieval Total War as well at some point. It's interesting. I can't wait to play this a little more tonight.
Right.
I'm totally going to steal access to your...
That's again, I'm thoroughly okay if you want to play this. And medieval as well actually does have very similar. The difference with medieval is rather than just having 3 factions, there's like a dozen factions, all part of the Catholic Church. Each one has their own different standing, and there's it has to do with there's piety involved. You have to like work on your churches and your religion a little more than you do here. And so it's kind of interesting the way they have it set up. Just I really like it. I still prefer Rome just because I'm more a fan of the era than I am of the Middle Ages.
True,
but
and that's kind of where I stand too. Is I actually that's really sad. I much prefer Bronze Age lore and history and yeah, cool.
all right.
Well, thanks for listening. It was a pleasure entertaining you all for an hour.
Yep, it's always good to do one of these things and get everything out. But thanks as always for tuning in. I've been Ben,
And I'm Matt.
and this was Rome Total War. See you next time, everyone.